Hey there, Pisces fans. Welcome to your February forecast for the year of 2025. I'm so excited to dive into tarot and uncover what's ahead for your career, your love life, and overall energy this month. Before we get started, I want you to grab your favorite drink or beverage and get cozy. I've got my peppermint chai tea for today, as you guys can see, and I'm ready to go. So let me know in the comments what you're sipping on too, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you'll never miss your monthly forecast. All right, so let's jump in. Today we're going to be using 3.5 different tarot decks. The first one is going to be the Tarot of the Divine, followed by the Cosmic Synthesis Tarot, and then lastly we have the Modern Love Tarot. I'm also going to be using some time frame cards just in case if it populates and we need to get that information. And we have these cards up here. I don't remember the name of them, but this is what the back looks like. So if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started with Pisces monthly forecast reading for February 2025. All right, so I am going to utilize this one just to get a general, just to kick off the general. After the general, we'll touch on career and finances, and then we'll end off with love. Okay, so this is for February. Pisces, if you are Pisces, have a Pisces sun, moon, and rising, this one is going to be for you. Pisces, even though you guys are last in the zodiac, you are first on my list. I have no idea who's going to come next. I've been rolling my little dice at random, but this is for Pisces. What can Pisces expect in the month of February? So we're going to pull a total of 5 cards, one for the overall energy, one for each week in February as well, okay? One thing I want to do, and I will reveal it at the end, is pick 3 cards to pretty much sum up your February, and we will pull those 3 at the end. So I'm going to pull one from each card deck. If that one wants to shuffle, and it does not. Okay, so we're going to take the top of each card, and we're just going to kind of put it over to the side until it's time, all right? So let's get started with your general energy. Thank you. What is the overall general energy for Pisces in the month of February? What do Pisces need to know this month for February 2025? Thank you. Overall energy. And then for each week, 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. All right, Pisces. Oh, I love this. So your overall energy is the Empress. Here's what she looks like in this particular card deck. And I feel like that this month for you is really going to be about setting boundaries, kind of honoring yourself, honoring your peace, really looking at all opportunities and seeing them from a different perspective. If that's something that you're not currently doing, I feel like that's going to be the theme for you to look at things from a different perspective and really have peace. And it's interesting because with the High Priestess, even though she's not on the table as of now, with the High Priestess energy, she does represent peace to me. But Empress is giving more of a, regardless of what's going on, I'm going to stand in my calmness. Regardless of what's happening, I'm going to honor my truth and my peace, regardless of the noise that's happening on the inside, on the outside. So because this is your overall energy, generally speaking, for the month, I feel like it's just a reminder to remain calm and to tap into maybe even spiritual gifts or creative gifts that you may have. You are a Pisces, so you are naturally creative. We all know this to be true. However, I feel like that some of you guys may have just been sitting on certain ideas, certain creative endeavors, rather than actually exploring what it looks like if you put in full work, if that makes sense. So with the Empress, again, being your overall energy, I really think it's time to really nurture yourself, nurture your voice is also coming out here, especially how she has on the blue dress. It's giving a lot of throat chakra type of energy. So I feel like that it's just really honing in and honoring yourself in everything that you believe in, setting new values, things like that. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and break down each week to kind of see how this ties in all together. So, week one, the Judgment card. So we have the Judgment card here. Now, when you have the Judgment card, I really feel like this is once February rolls in, and it could even be the end of January, but I feel like that it's time to really just look at a lot of, maybe some of you guys have been dealing with some chaos that happened last year in 2024. And it's really just a time for you to take what doesn't serve you any longer and really just move on. And that's really just as blunt as it gets. I feel like that paying attention to the planetary alignments that are in the background of the Judgment card and then the planet that is sitting behind the Empress, I really do feel like this is also a good month for you guys to really um, work on your values, your boundaries, what's important to you. Because I feel like that some of you guys are in a moment or have gotten to this period where you kind of just live life and experience life, but you're not actually deeply being invested into it. Now, this could be because certain things have happened and it's almost like you have to find your fun again. You have to find that spark again. But the good thing is, I feel like some of you guys are really going to come into that moment. Okay. I really do feel like some of you guys are going to reach that aha moment and really care less about what people feel or think about you. As well. Now, with a Judgment card here too, I feel like that there's a lot of truths that may be coming out, or you're kind of settling with something that could have transpired around November or December of last year. It may have been something extremely big and hefty, and this month is where you start to settle things out and you start to consider, what does it look like now that something has been taken away from you? Okay, that's not going to be for everybody, but it is going to be for some people. I also feel that you are going to really see people in this light of truth and honesty. So if you were dealing with people or you're around someone and you're like, man, I just can't shake this feeling that I'm being lied to or that something's not right, I do feel like February is really going to be a highlighted month for you to see the energies that other people are giving you, for you to realize or comprehend that you were right all along, which is really going to connect you to your intuition. But at the same time, it may be a little, I wouldn't say daunting. That was the first thing that pops up because I'm sure that you don't want to get rid of a bunch of people in your life, but at the same time, you want to know who's real. You want to know who's pretending. You want to know, like what the truth is. You want to get down to the truth of the matter so you can move on successfully in your life. So I do feel like that's going to be a big thing for you, getting into the first week of February, possibly even the end of January, since we're right kind of towards the end of January, but not fully. I do want to clarify the Judgment card down just a little bit more. We have the Queen of Cups here. Okay, so for some of you guys, I feel like this is really about respecting your own peace, respecting your own boundaries, not allowing people to throw you off your path, not allowing people to throw you off whatever plan you have set for yourself. Now, this is really interesting as well too, because I feel like that some of you guys may have plans, may have dreams, aspirations, etc. And it's very important for you to keep these things to yourself. Even if you are a type of person who loves to share, and talk to people, and you're excited about your goals, and so you want to share what you want to do, even though you may be that type of person, I feel like the spirit is really encouraging you to keep it silent. Keep it on the hush hush, keep it low, because whatever it is that you're nurturing, rather this is a goal, this is ideal, whatever it is that you're nurturing, I feel that it's only important for your hands to touch it. So I know that people typically have heard the saying before, like, don't tell anybody your secrets because they might taint it or whatever. And that is very much true for you right here. I feel like you will grow more as long as you keep whatever you're doing private into yourself. Once you get a certain place or once you do a certain thing, then other people can start to celebrate you or, make you feel good or whatever it is that you need. But Spirit is saying, don't like, don't give it out to people. Don't let people share in this moment with you. This is your moment specifically. Okay. Now, with the Queen of Cups here as well, I feel like, and then just because the Empress is here, it is definitely double mother energy. So this could be you. You could be a mother trying to figure out how to reconcile with one of your children. You could be a mother who is, finding out that you're having another child, or you're just trying to figure out how to enhance, your skills or ways to become a better parent. At the same time, this is also, maybe you have a falling out with your own parent, with your own mother or grandmother or whatnot, and you're getting to this place where you're learning it's okay to move on without them. And I'm not telling you that to say that, leave people and be isolated. That's not what I'm saying, but I do feel there's this sense of self-respect that you have, and this particular person has always failed to give you that respect. They've always crossed your boundaries, and I feel like that in this particular moment in this month, you have solidified or are solidifying your decision to move on gracefully for the sake of your health and your benefit. So really beautiful energy there. I do feel like that this week is going to be very healing. Okay, I do feel that there you may hear some news about someone being healed as well. That's sitting in right here. But overall, the first week, excuse me, it's very positive, it's very neutral, it's very emotional as well. Okay. Oh, we have Queen of Wands here to end out the first week. So, like I said, it may be a week where you're getting things together, you're making plans, you're making goals, you're tapping into how you truly feel about something. And then by the end of the week, you're able to go right after it, go connect with it, go put some action behind whatever it is that you are feeling. The Queen of Wands is also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Queen of Cups is also Scorpio and Cancer, as well as yourself, Pisces. And Empress always throws me towards Libra or Taurus. So those may be signs that you're dealing with right now. Again, there may be some people who are coming into your space that's either a water sign or a fire sign, and they could be trying you, they could be testing you, but your job is to remain secure. Your job is to remain faithful to yourself and your values and maintain your peace. Okay. So moving into the second week, we have the Two of Cups here. Really beautiful card. I like that Two of Cups. Two of Cups here, which is really about coming together, I feel. But in this sense, especially following a storyline, it could be yourself. Now, Two of Cups can also be, especially with the Empress here, I'm going to throw it out again. This is pregnancy. This is the ability to be pregnant, to have a child. But overall, it's just harmonization and balance at the same time. I feel like that this is a perfect month and week to go out and find new love, to go out and just put yourself out there. I mean, not to mention, I'm not sure. I don't know if the second week is Valentine's Day, but we'll go ahead and say that it is. But it's a really good time for connection. Some of you guys may get pulled on a date or whatever, but I feel like that you're really stepping to this place in this peace where you feel good, you feel great, you feel grand. Things are aligning for you. Things are starting to work out that you may not have typically thought would work out for you. I also feel like that I feel like that for somebody, this could even be like a certain contract being signed. Okay, we have the King of Wands for clarification there. I feel like this could be contracts being signed, something being fulfilled that really makes you feel at peace, that really makes you feel like you could breathe again. Okay. The King of Wands is air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But when the King of Wands comes out with the Two of Cups, it could be two things. It could be someone who really wants you and they're in hot pursuit of you. And so they're very constant on making sure their actions align with their words, and so that you can actually see and feel and believe rather than just hearing and believing. But at the same time, the King of Wands is giving me some type of permission. Okay, so you're getting permission to do something or to have something. This could be an approval of something. This could have to do with court. This could have to do with the law. This could have to do with, finances. All right, Pisces. But I do feel like that's going to be something that comes towards you as well. So keep an eye out for that, especially around the second week. Okay. We got the Two of Cups with the second week, and then we have the King of Swords. I also feel that I just feel like someone could be very much holding on to their ego or trying to balance, who they were versus who they have become. So let's say you're a very sensitive person and when you were growing up and people kept talking about you, then perhaps you decide to take on this more dominant and, this dominant and rushful or hurtful or ruthless type of energy, even though you knew that that's not who you were. You just had to become that because you were protecting yourself. I feel like that this week it's really going back and forth of trying to figure out, do I still want to be this person or do I want to be something else? So I feel like for you, Pisces, there's a lot of decisions that's going to come about in the second week of February, but these decisions I feel are going to really set you up for your future ahead. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So I know we have a separate love reading. This is just general. We haven't even gotten to love yet. But there's love here, okay? There's love and there's opportunity. There's both. I definitely feel like this is a great time to put yourself out there. If you're a single man, it's a great time to meet a woman. If you're a single woman, it's a great time to meet a single man or woman or whatever you're into. But I feel like this is a very loving week for you. This is going to be your week of offers in different senses, offers in love, offers in community, offers in business, offers in money, but everything is aligned. Everything is coming together for you as it should, to be honest, especially what you guys have gone through. But I do see that. I also feel like that you could be extended an invitation to go somewhere. All right. Like I just keep hearing like to travel either by sea or by air. I mean, it could be land, but I see sea or air. You have the opportunity to travel. You have like this gift that's coming in for you to travel, or you may get like a random call from someone that's like, hey, you want to go to this and this place with me? So I see that as well. Some of you guys could be starting school back again. And I feel like that whatever decision, or you're thinking about starting school back because you really want to do something that you're passionate about. And I feel like that if you continue to go with the flow, then whatever decision you make is going to be the best one for you. Remember, your overall energy is the Empress. And so the Empress, she just knows, she's just attracting things to her. She's very set in her ways. She knows what she wants, and she's now just having it come towards her. Okay. Looking at the third week, we have the Three of Pentacles here. All right. And with the Three of Pentacles, it is all about community. It's about, for some reason, Spirit said investment. So some of you guys could be investing in something, but I feel like it's not being stuck anymore. Okay. There is some sense of stuck energy that's coming out. You have the Six of Cups here. So some of you guys could have been very much chained down by maybe your childhood, if you guys experience, childhood trauma, or if you've experienced any type of abandonment, whether it's parental or anything else. I do feel that this is going to be a good time to work through it, or you're going to realize where you fell short at, especially if you've been doing certain work. Sometimes things happen that trigger us and we're like, oh wow, I didn't even know I still had this inside of me. So it's really for a good reason, but I do feel like that's going to be coming out here. Some of you guys also may be unlocking certain memories, okay? Because what I'm getting is that certain things were chained down, especially if something absolutely horrific or bizarre happened to you as a child. Sometimes our minds have a tendency to just, glaze it over, cement it down, and never really think about it or remember it ever again. For you guys, I feel like that someone either has been asking for, or it's just because of where you're about to go, that it's important for you to unchain these forgotten memories. And because that's the case, either you're going to be looking for yourself to unravel these memories, or you just might get hit with a random memory. You're like, oh my God, I totally forgot this happened to me. And I'm not saying it's going to be a very gentle one, because with the Three of Pentacles, it's giving weight. Okay. So it's giving like there's heavy weight attached to it. So you may hear some news that maybe your parents are not your parents. You could have found out you're adopted. You could have just remembered that some things happened to you at a young age that were not appropriate. But these memories, I feel, are resurfacing or coming back up. And it's not to cause harm to you. I feel like it's just for your betterment, for your glory. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles here. So there's something that you've had inside that always, it's like it, what I'm getting is that it always constantly stops your blessing. So you could be doing phenomenal, right? But then all of a sudden you have like this thought that, oh, I don't deserve this, and or something like that, where all of a sudden you're doing great, and then you're not doing so great anymore. Do you know what I mean? And it's because there are little things that are locked inside of your subconscious mind that need to be released. And I feel like towards the end of the month, which is so ideal because we get into spring in March. So towards the end of the month, these things are going to kind of just be resurfaced for you to deal with. And I know Pisces, you guys are a very sensitive type of energy at times, but these things are coming up for you to deal with. Okay. And again, it could be anything from childhood, it could be something that has to do with your actual children, but there are some desires and memories and wishes that want to be resurfaced, and you may end up dealing with that towards the third week. Okay. So then the last week of February, we have the Nine of Wands. This is what it looks like. And with the Nine of Wands, I feel like this is more perseverance. It's giving me like, I did it. We did it. We can finally move on in peace. There's a sense of peace. The Two of Swords wants to come out to clarify. And I feel like that you guys may have been like in this constant fighting mode. Rather you're fighting yourself, whether you're fighting other people, you've always been in like this protective defensive mode. So even when you're laughing, you still keep your defenses up. You could have been very, like vigilant. Is that what it's called? I think it is. But you could have been that way because it's like you always have to protect your peace. You always have to protect your happiness. It's like the minute that things look good, the minute that things are flowing, all of a sudden it crumbles down. Or the minute you try to trust somebody, you've learned you can't trust people. So it's been a constant back and forth. This is what I feel. And I feel like that after this month, you're really going to be in this point where you can just lay down your burdens, lay down your swords, and just relax. We have the Justice card coming out to clarify that. So things are going to be balanced. Things are going to be fully at peace for you, generally speaking, in the month of February. There's going to probably be like a bit of a high than the climax, but then by the end of the month, things start to get back balanced. Things start to make more sense, okay? I feel like that you're going to be able to put down your defensive side. You're going to be able to, put down that fight, flight, or freeze type of energy, and you're just like able to, and you're just going to be able to deal with whatever it is in a peaceful manner, in a peaceful concept. And it's important for you to remember as the month goes on, and regardless of what's happening during the month, it's important for you to remember to keep your peace and keep your head. Okay, because these things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. And sometimes it's not until we're fully past the situation that we start to understand, oh, okay, this is happening for me. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's your general energy. Let's go ahead and move into your career and finances, Pisces, and then we'll go into love after that. So we're going to be using the Tarot of the Divine for your career and finance reading. These cards really don't want to shuffle for you guys. What did y'all do to them? Let's see. There we go. All right, Spirit. What is it that Pisces needs to know regarding their finances and career? What do Pisces need to know? All cards will be read in the upright, by the way. What does the Pisces need to know regarding their finances and their career? Six of Swords. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords here. So I feel like when it comes to your career and finances, I feel like that some of you guys could be moving to a career that's not as demanding or that has more benefits or flexibility attached to it, okay? I also feel like that, oh, this is so interesting. There's a double message here, okay? But only you are going to know which one relates to you. The first one is, I feel that some of you guys are getting to a calmer waters. You get into something more flexibility, something that's a bit more peaceful on your brain, something where you don't have to take work home with you. All right. But the second one I get is you can't keep going from job to job to job. Now, if you have like a legitimate reason or excuse, maybe you keep moving or whatever. Okay. But I feel like that your message is you can't keep going. You can't keep fleeing from something. Okay, like Spirit wants you to figure out what it is that you want to do and then stick on that and do it. Because each time that you're moving from job to job to job, you start setting yourself back. You hit the reset button, and you could have been further along than you are now, but there's this sense of constantly escaping, okay? And for some of you guys, this is a form of escapism where it's like you could probably hold a job and then you leave and get another one, but then you leave and get another one, and then you leave and get another one, and it becomes like this constant merry-go-round. And it's all for your thrill because you typically could be running away from something that you're not trying to deal with. And so I feel like that spirit is saying to those who can relate to that particular message, get somewhere and stay. Okay, like, and get somewhere that you like. Go somewhere that maybe you have a hobby in, or go somewhere that you just actually enjoy, or get the proper education or knowledge to get into a field that you are really passionate about, because I feel like that is where things are going to really start to thrive for you. Okay. But if that's not you, I do feel that some of you guys are moving into a different field. I am getting healthcare for some of you guys. Could be getting into law as well. We have the Knight of Swords here. So if you've been applying for a job, especially if it has to do like with a second job for some people, but if you've been applying for a job, I do feel like that you may get some communication back from this person, this company. But I feel like it's really interesting because the turnaround time is really quick. So don't apply for something if you have no intention of starting like the next 3 days or the next week or so. Okay. Because I feel like that for some of you guys, you may put in an application somewhere and then they're like, oh, yes, hey, can you come to the interview tomorrow? And you're like, oh, wait, I got to work tomorrow. Like, so you didn't really plan it out. So really just make sure you plan it out. Okay. When it comes to your career. And let me see. Knight of Swords. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Spirits that make a wish. Okay. Make a wish when it comes to your finances and or career, and allow it to blossom for you. All right. But this is some communication coming in. Could be email, could be a phone call. I think it's an email though. And the Ten of Swords. All right. So some of you guys actually may have just lost your job as well, or you could be hearing that you just lost your job. I feel like that with this Ten of Swords at the same time, since it came underneath the Knight of Swords, this could be. I feel like that somebody may get denied something because of your experience level, like you're not as experienced in it. But rather than making that like bring you down or making you sad, I feel like that spirit's just saying to go to something that you are more qualified for. Go towards something that you are skilled at, right? Because sometimes, okay, we take risk and we go to see, like, oh, maybe I'll get this, maybe I don't. But then you get denied and you allow that to discourage you when you knew you weren't qualified from the beginning. So spirit is saying, don't let certain no's discourage you and keep pushing forward anyway, especially if you haven't had a job for a while. With this Ten of Swords, I feel like that some of you guys may feel like that you don't win, you can't win, you're not lucky. And that's not the case. Spirit's just saying you're focusing on the wrong area. So shift to a different area here, okay? I want to get more clarification on this Ten of Swords because I do feel like that some of you guys may feel like you're financially drowning, and it's like you're looking for someone to give you a hand or hands out, but it's just not the case. Yeah. 8 of Cups here. So some of you guys could definitely be feeling like you're stuck. You don't know what to do. And I feel like that number one, spirit is telling you to abandon that mindset for starters. Okay. Fully abandon that mindset, because if you believe that something's not possible for you and you believe that something's not going to happen, it will not happen. And that's just what it is. So I do feel like that you're being called to focus on something different, go in a different direction. Okay. Maybe you're trying a particular field and it's time to go into another one. Okay. So make sure that you do that. I also feel like that some of you guys, this is like night work. Okay. So if you know that you're like a nocturnal creature, I feel like that you can look for jobs that have to do with like the third shift or the graveyard shift or whatever they call it, right? Because that could be where you flow. Maybe if you find yourself being up more during the day, or up more during the night rather than a day, I feel like that's spirit's way of saying, hey, let's switch your shifts. Okay. I do feel like that someone will be working by the night. This is 8 of Cups, but for some reason 12 is coming out. So you could be working like 12-hour shifts here. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So I feel like when it comes to your finances and career, it's just about shifting into something that makes you feel good. Okay. Doing something that aligns with your brain chemistry, your sleep schedule, things like that. I get their circadian rhythm, but everybody's different. But I do feel like that things are going to work out for you, especially if you have a children and maybe you're single parenting it and you just want the sense of stability for your family. I do feel like that's coming for you. I feel like that's coming towards you as well. There's a lot of healing energy. So there's a lot of like hospital caregiver, um, mentor, like hospitality type of energy here. So you guys can be in any one of those fields or considering going to those fields. But if you are considering going to that field, I do feel like it's going to be grand. For I'm getting for somebody even like being a birth doula or a midwife or something that has to do with like birth and creation. I feel like that's something that's also coming out for you, Pisces. And as long as you stay true to what it is that you desire, as long as you stay true to what it is that you're passionate about, then I feel like there's going to be something that comes out financially for you, for sure. Let's get more into the money. Let's see what you guys got going on with money. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. So here's the Five of Cups. Here's what it looks like. So with the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups, I just feel like that it's like some of you guys are feeling like it's not enough. Some of you guys are feeling like no matter what I do, it's not enough. I don't know what else to do. It's like I have a job, but the job isn't paying well enough. And count your blessings, okay? I know people don't want to hear that when they're struggling financially, but the fastest way to get a blessing is to be grateful for certain things that you already have. And with the Four of Cups here, there are beautiful things to be thankful for and to focus on. With the Five of Cups, all you're doing is turning a blind eye to what you currently have and looking at what you don't have. Now, I understand that sometimes you work at a job and no, it's not enough money. You need more money to take care of this or take care of that. You need that. And I get that. Spirit is really telling you to trust the situation, not cry about something, but give thanks for something and use prayer. There is so much power in a word that I feel like that God and Spirit is really just waiting for you to reach out and say, look, I can't choose, so send something my way or something of that nature. Okay. But strictly with your finances, I feel like for some of you guys, you could have even went high, been thriving, and then something happened financially and now you're low, something's not right, now you feel a little shut out, like Spirit doesn't have your back, and that's far from the case. You have the High Priestess energy. So she reminds me of a genie, actually, when I look at the picture. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you guys can see that, but yeah, anyways, she reminds me of a genie, and what I get when I see this is put out the intention, set the intention, make the wish. I think I said that earlier, like to make a wish, but Spirit is really wanting you to set the intention for what it is that you want. This too will pass. I get about 2 months. I get about 2 months that you may have to deal with being cautious with your money or figuring out things. 2 months max is what I get. And then the Magician, what did I say? 2 months max. And then all of a sudden your fairy godmother wants to appear. Okay. So I feel like when it comes to your career and finances, number one, like I said, continue to, if you're already doing something that you love, keep that up, because I feel like that you can be receiving something better. You can grow deeper when it comes to that. If you're doing something for yourself, like if you're a business owner or you create things, as long as you're not doing it for finances, but you're doing it because it pleases you and what you give to other people, the money will flow naturally. But once you start chasing money, money runs further away from you. Okay. So I feel like that you just sit in your place and allow money to flow to you naturally. And then when it comes to, career changes or shifts like that, if it's something that truly aligns, I feel like you're going to do great. You're going to get it. It's all going to be everything's going to work out for you. But remember to remain faithful. Remember to send up a wish, send up a prayer, and practice gratitude. Okay. Let me get one more card before I close your financial and career energy, and then we'll move into love. Last card for Pisces regarding career and finances. Some of you guys may be looking to move as well. All right, we have the Judgment card here. Okay, so with the Judgment card, I do feel like that things are going to get better for you. You just have to continue down the path. I feel like that you're climbing this peak right now, And once you get to the top of the peak, it's the promised land, right? But then you still have to go down. You can't just jump, because then all of a sudden you're gonna fall like millions of feet from the sky, right? And then probably hurt yourself. But I do feel like, you remember that even though you make it to the top of the mountain, you still have to walk down the mountain to get to that oasis, okay? But it is there. It is there for you, even if it seems like it's taking a while. You're well on your way. You started off with the six of swords, so you're definitely on your way towards that. Just continue to keep the faith, okay? Okay. Let's get into you guys' love reading. All right, Spirit. Just allow me to tap into the love reading for the sign of Pisces. What is that Pisces needs to know regarding love for the month of February 2025? What's coming towards them? Oh, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this is so funny because even though we're getting into love, I feel like that some of you guys really just love your coins. You love the finer things. You love being able to pay for things. And I'm surprised that it did not come out in your career and finance reading. But I feel like that you guys, before we get into like relationships, I feel like that you guys are going to love how much money you're making. You're loving the fact that you're receiving bonuses. You're loving the career you're in, and everything aligns for you. Okay. And I think that Spirit is really pointing this out because when you feel good about yourself and your circumstances, you continue to attract other things around you to also make you feel good. And so that's why I feel like Spirit is pointing this out. Like some of you guys are really going to be in this high state where everything isn't aligned. Everything is in alignment. The only thing that's missing or just tempering on the picture is a relationship. Okay. And I feel like that with this card, it's saying that it's definitely on its way. All right. Nine of Pentacles is also my pregnancy card. Okay. I know everyone doesn't like to hear that, but it's true. Nine of Pentacles is my pregnancy card. So some of you guys could be trying to have a baby and you finally get the good news that you got, that you were pregnant, or you can start like whatever services to become pregnant, whatever it may be. But I feel that this is a very fruitful card. This is a very fertile card. Okay. So if you're in a relationship already and you're like, you know what, you want another baby, now is going to be a really good time to try that out. Okay. I like this too because it's giving spoiled energy. So you can have somebody who really spoils you, who really wants to see you in the nicest things, who wants to make sure that you have everything that you need. I like this. Like, there's nobody popping up on the table, obviously with card check because we're still on the first one. But I will say that you are well on your way with this, okay? Well on your way. So we have the Five of Pentacles here. I feel like for some of you guys, it's very unfortunate because you may be dealing with someone who has like a stalker type of ex, okay? So maybe they see how they are whining and dining you and they're like, you never did this for me. And it can be a little frustrating because as you're trying to continue and go about your life, you don't want any shadows following you. And it's not your fault they're following you. It's really their own insecurities and needing to talk to a therapist themselves. But I do feel that that might be a little bit of annoyance for you guys, okay? Or you're just like, I really want to connect with you, but you got to cut off loose ends. I really want to like deal with you, but you got to get rid of this person. So some of you guys may be dealing with that right now too. But then we have the Nine of Cups, which is showing me it's not really a big deal. It's just a person who's hanging on. So if you're over here like, I don't know, this person's ex keep popping up or blase, whatever, Spirit is saying it's not really a big deal. There's just they're a very much minor inconvenience to a major deal. Okay. So don't even worry about that. On the flip side, I do feel like some of you guys I feel like that some of you guys may have like caught someone cheating, whatever. I don't see this as, oh, this is going to happen to you. I see this more as you may have seen it, caught it, and you are living your best life right now. Okay. So this person could be trying to come back around and maybe apologize, but you have found your peace. This could have happened like a year ago. This could have happened like 9 months ago. It could have happened anytime. But I feel like that you have found your peace, and at this point they're just missing out. That's what I feel. They're just missing out. You found your piece and they are missing out now. And I don't feel like you care too much about it. I really don't. I feel like when it comes to love, this is a good time for you guys to find a new partner, especially going from a Five of Pentacles of not having, lacking, to a Nine of Pentacles of full fulfillment. So it's important for you guys to get out of your head and stay out of your head with the Eight of Swords. Because some of you guys are over here like, I don't know if I'm ever going to find anyone. The dating pool is this, that, and the third. And remember, all those things are affirmations. All that are things that you are affirming to be true. Okay, so I feel like that spirit is telling you to stop affirming that. We have the Ace of Wands here. So if you're in a relationship, this could be a proposal. I feel like that some of you guys could even be getting invited to weddings or marriages, and you guys could end up meeting somebody there. But with the Ace of Wands, what I'm seeing here is really like a double-sided mirror. Okay, like I feel like that for some of you guys, you need to get out of the idea that you're going to be single forever, that nothing's going to work out for you, and blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side, it's like take on more joy. Know that you're going to meet somebody. Know that they're going to come at the most perfect time. Know that everything's going to work out for you, because all these cards are like signs of, oh, new person, no longer being single, meeting that soulmate, going out and having a good time, partying, meeting somebody significant. While this side is basically you having self-pity and choosing not to go out there and meet anybody because you don't think anyone's going to like you, and setting these labels and terms on you for no reason besides the fact that you think that they're true. So spirit is saying choose, almost like choose which one you want. Choose, do you want to feel like this, or do you want to feel like that? Because it really just requires a perspective shift and change. Okay, now I'm gonna say it again for the third time. The Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles, this is pregnancy. Someone is going to get pregnant, or you are already pregnant and you're going to find out in February. Okay. But other than that, it's a lot of passion and energy. So a lot of new beginnings here. Some of you guys could be moving in with your significant other. Some of you guys need to get out of your mind and stop assuming that something is happening. And if you know something and haven't spoke up and said it and you're just letting it bother you, Spirit's saying to speak on it. Speak on your truth. Speak on what you know, what you feel, okay? We have the Hierophant here, a sign of Taurus as well. And I feel like this is definitely like a marriage type of thing to me. So some of you guys really may find that person or connect with that person that you do end up marrying. Or like I said earlier, you get invited to a wedding, you end up meeting somebody, and it goes from there. The rest is history, right? But I do feel that it's important for you to the five, not the five, I would say the Five Pentacles. We do have Five Pentacles, but I meant the Hierophant. The Hierophant, I'm really paying attention to the blue, which is giving me the throat chakra energy, which is telling me that there's a need for communication in relationships, and there's a need for communication with yourself too, because a lot of you guys may end up putting yourself in the same cycle of meeting the same type of person that do the same type of things that you really don't like, but you don't speak up about it, and you're not fully clear on the type of person that you would desire to be with. You're not clear on your values, you're not clear on your boundaries, and it's time for you to become clear so that you no longer waste your time with people who do not deserve your time, so that you no longer spend nights crying. Okay, no longer have like this bitter energy because you did not speak up. So if you were single and you are ready to mingle, speak up and be real about what it is that you want, because if you don't know what you want, then you will fall for anything, and that feeling does not feel good. If you're currently in a situation, make space for your partner. Make space to hear them. Make space to hear their concern, and not just hear them like, yeah, yeah, I hear you talking. Like, really understand where they're coming from. Look at their perspective. Don't take things so personally. Don't make yourself be the victim in a relationship. It's supposed to be neutral. It's supposed to be mutual. You guys should be able to communicate and have an understanding, a full understanding. And so I feel that as long as you feel that you can speak up and you allow your partner to speak up, then I feel like you will get out of this kind of weird merry-go-round. It's a weird one. It's a lot. It's a weird one. That's what I felt. But honor you guys yourselves, okay? We have the Judgment card here, and I feel like this is time to really, I was gonna say, be honest about something, about how you're feeling here. This could even be for someone who has transitioned. If you had a partner who transitioned, I feel like that with the Judgment card, it's telling you, hey, it's time to move forward. When you are in a commitment and then someone transcends, it's hard to move forward, right? And I feel like that spirit is it's or this person, your person who's transitioned is telling you like it's okay to move forward. It's okay to go be happy with someone else. It's okay to love again, which I feel that some of you guys feel like you feel guilty about loving again. And so I do feel that this person, we have the justice card here too. I feel like this person may help to orchestrate like this divine meeting or this divine blessing between you and another person, okay? And it's for your, I feel like it's for your own good. I feel like they know that you're not going to do anything. You could be very stubborn. That could be why the Taurus energy is here. You could be a very stubborn person, stuck in your ways. They probably know that you're not going to go out and try and meet anybody. So they're very much going to be orchestrating from behind to make sure that you do what you need to do to find love again, okay? Sign of Libra, sign of Taurus. I think it's the only thing on the table right now. And then the Sun card, Sun of Leo. So when it comes to your love life, ultimately, Pisces, I feel like it's going to be very fulfilling. I feel like it's going to be very fertile. Like I said, some of you guys are definitely pregnant. I also feel like, or if you're looking to get pregnant, then it's a really good time for you to do that. But I feel like as long as you continue to shine a light on your truth and you are honest in what you're looking for, you're honest in what you will desire, you're honest with how you feel, your honesty is going to be your greatest policy, Pisces, in love and relationships. And that's if you're single, if you're in the middle, or if you're in a relationship. Honesty is going to be your best policy. Speaking from your heart, not dealing with something not dealing with something because you don't want to, not being like, oh well, I don't know if I'm ever gonna find anybody, so I'm gonna deal with this. Like, no, have some boundaries, raise your standards, and feel good about yourself. But I feel like that this is a really good month for love for you. I just feel like that it's mostly important for you to be in love with yourself and love yourself first. Therefore, you know when someone is able, or when that therefore you know when someone can love you back, right? Because if you don't love yourself, then you kind of just take anything. But if you have that love for yourself and it's very strong and very secure, then you're not going to deal with certain things because you love yourself enough. Or you can talk through things without thinking about, oh, how's this other person going to feel, because you understand that you're just honoring your truth. You understand that you're doing what feels right to you. But overall, very good energy regarding love. Might be a couple of revelations that come out if you are in a relationship, but I feel like ultimately, I feel like it'll be fine. Six of Cups, a lot of reconciliation. You might find that spark again with somebody, but overall, really good energy when it comes to love for February. All right, so let's take the 3 cards that we pulled to close out the energy for your themes, the final messages for you guys. All right, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Hermit, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So ultimately, closing out, I feel like that this month is going to be a very great month for Pisces. Look at Pisces right there. I feel like this month is going to be very great for you. It's going to be all about stability and taking a chance while also honoring yourself and finding that peace within yourself. Stability, taking a chance, and honoring yourself is really going to be your main theme. Some of you guys may not have a traditional route in doing things, but that's because you were never meant to be in a traditional type of environment. You may have always felt that you stood alone or stood out in some shape, way, or form. And I feel like that spirit supports that as well. The Four of Pentacles is telling me that there may be some hit and miss. There may have been some hit or misses when it came to some stability in your life, but I feel like ultimately you will be grounded, you will be secure by the end of the month for sure. All right. And then with the Page of Cups here, it's something new, looking at things from a different perspective, shifting your ideologies, taking on not necessarily another person's belief, but taking on the history of that and seeing if it resonates with you, just so you can become better equipped. Okay. And then, of course, we have the Hermit card here, which is isolation, healing, taking the time to transform. Transformation is going to be very key for you guys because you are going to be transforming your thoughts. You're going to be transforming your peace. You're going to be transforming everything. Everything's just going to be working out for you in its own way. But remember, when transformation comes, it is not always easy. Thankfully, I didn't get a Tower card for you guys, but transformation separation is not always easy. It requires you to be disciplined enough to let something go, to take on something new. Okay. And sometimes the separation that comes from transformation, regardless of what you're separating from, could be very painful. It could hurt. So trust that you have it in you to make that change. Trust that things will continue to work out for you. Let's see if there's any major days in February. Okay. We got on a windy day in February and on a Friday. So go figure. In February. Obviously, we're on the month of February. But yes, so pay attention to Fridays on February. Pay attention if it's a windy day in February. But I feel like that just February as a whole in general is going to be very productive for you if you allow it to be. Okay. Like, I'm not going to say it's going to be like you smooth sailing, because life is life and things sporadically happen. But I do feel that you're going to be better equipped to deal with these situations, to deal with these problems, and be able to go on and move forward into a better March/spring season. All right. So that's what I have for you today, Pisces. I hope that resonated with whoever needs to hear it. I appreciate you guys so much. I will continue to be posting videos. Like I said, you guys are my first, but feel free to find your sun, moon, or rising, whatever you resonate with, to see if it all equips. I'm going to go ahead and drink my tea, and I will connect with you guys next month. Take care.